Hi there guys, so it is AJ versus Andy Ruiz Jr. fight week, and Timothy Moten, who has been sparring Anthony Joshua, has explained that Anthony Joshua is explosive, he is fast, he is powerful in sparring, and he is ready for Andy Ruiz Jr. This is what he had to say about his time in Sheffield sparring Anthony Joshua. There have been many guys here, I don't want to say any names, but I have seen guys come into camp, get blown away, and get sent home on the same week. He's dropped a few sparring partners, and he's rocked a lot. Joshua is by far the hardest hitter I have ever been in the ring with. Almost every session I ask him how he's doing, what he is thinking. He says to me, ready, ready. Mentally, he's in a good place. I can see that in his eyes. He's got a focus that I have not seen. He's got a warrior's spirit. His mentality is to destroy. He's like a focused, caged lion, and when the time is right, he will unleash. So that is Timothy Moten's statement about being in camp with Anthony Joshua. Now he has explained that Anthony Joshua is knocking down sparring partners and sending them packing. And obviously that explains why there have been so many different sparring partners brought into camp for Anthony Joshua. Now obviously you can't believe too much about sparring. Sparring is sparring. Fighting is different. Obviously, when you get in there in front of all those people under the lights against a current world champion, everything is different. Nothing is the same as sparring when you get in that squared circle under the lights. So obviously, you can't take too much from sparring because people have said they've dropped Anthony Joshua in sparring before, yet he was still unified heavyweight champion and beating top guys in the heavyweight division, despite apparently being knocked down by Joey Daweko. So obviously, you can't read too much into sparring. Obviously, when it's bad, you say, oh, Anthony Joshua did not get knocked down in sparring. When it's good, you cannot also say that Anthony Joshua has been knocking everyone out in sparring. But even if it is true, Andy Ruiz Jr. is not a sparring partner. It will be completely different on fight night. Andy Ruiz Jr. has something to defend, the Unified Heavyweight World Championships. This is going to be without doubt Anthony Joshua's toughest fight to date, even tougher than the first fight. That is why he is mentally conditioned, and obviously, as Timothy Moten has explained, he is in the right place mentally, and that is most important, probably more important than the physical side. I mean, look at the state of Andy Ruiz Jr. I mean, he's clinically obese, yet he still won the first fight. Now, you can't tell me that's just down to his physical abilities. It's also down to his mindset. He went in there and he wasn't going to be beat. Some fighters just get in there and they decide, I'm not going to get beat tonight. And that's what Andy Ruiz Jr. done. He got knocked down, he got straight back up and fought fire with fire. Now, obviously, that mentality won him the fight. And this time, if Anthony Joshua is in the right place mentally, we have seen previously against his fights with Joseph Parker, with Vladimir Klitschko, Alexander Povetkin, Carlos Takam, and even Dylan White. He has always come through when the mental challenges and mental obstacles are put in his way. He always finds a way to win. And if he's in the right place mentally against Andy Ruiz Jr., I believe he will prevail victorious. But obviously, Andy Ruiz Jr. is going to have a very similar mindset. Now, obviously, the Gloves Are Off interview has recently been aired on Sky Sports. It is now on YouTube. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go have a look for yourselves. But you can see in that Anthony Joshua always watches his opponents. He didn't have the gloves are off last time with Andy Ruiz Jr. He always listens and takes everything in, especially when he was in there with Vladimir Klitschko. He's listening to them, he's wondering what they are thinking and trying to understand their mindset. He is gauging them. You can see that every time Anthony Joshua does a gloves are off. And he was doing that again with Andy Ruiz Jr. He was studying him. And obviously, as I said, the mentality of boxing is way more important than the physical side. Even though you would believe you're physically throwing punches at each other, the mental side is extremely important. As I said before, it's probably what won Andy Ruiz Jr. the first fight, and it is what I believe will win Anthony Joshua this fight. Now, obviously, there is a lot more that comes into it than that. Obviously, there is a game plan that Anthony Joshua has been putting into place, and that is the reason why he has been bringing in a variety of different sparring partners. He must in order to get ready for Andy Ruiz Jr. because Andy Ruiz Jr. is extremely capable considering his size and stature, because he's only 6 foot, 6'1", and he's 19 stone. So as I said before, he is overweight. So obviously he shouldn't be able to do the things that he is able to do. And that is very hard to replicate in sparring. Obviously Timothy Moten and Albon Pervezaj and even Derek Chisora have been coming in and sparring with Anthony Joshua. I have heard that Carlos Takam has also joined up and teamed up with Anthony Joshua in sparring, which is a great addition, I believe. I always thought that Oscar Rivas would have been a great addition to sparring for Anthony Joshua, but I don't believe he was ever called up. But ultimately, the sparring that Anthony Joshua is getting this time is top quality sparring. Derek Chisora especially, and even Carlos Takam. Great sparring for Anthony Joshua to prepare for Andy Ruiz Jr. Now obviously those two will provide the pressure of Andy Ruiz Jr. and the speed will come from Timothy Moten and Albon Pervezaj. Obviously they cannot find someone who perfectly replicates Andy Ruiz Jr. That is impossible. But what they can do is bring in different opponents with different styles, different abilities, that will make up Andy Ruiz Jr. Obviously, Andy Ruiz Jr. does so many things well, and these different sparring partners will each add a different part of Andy Ruiz Jr.'s game. And that is what will prepare Anthony Joshua for Andy Ruiz Jr. on December 7th. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? Timothy Moten's comments about Anthony Joshua's sparring sessions. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, click the thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks, guys.